where do I start? Make it easy on me just for a little while. I guess I'll start with the fact that whenever I feel stressed, I listen to Harry. He feels like such a best friend. The old Harry Nilsson. That'll be an important thing to know later about me. Later on in the year. Okay. What else? So, I was on my way to the pop-up, okay? And, we had an incident at the house where it's been a really long time, but it was where the paparazzi got a little crazy when they were following me on my way to the pop-up. And I have to say, like, it's something you just don't get used to, especially when my life is just so normal. So I kind of made a detour, stopped and thought about it. And it's just such an interesting thing, the whole thing. You just can't plan it out. Life. You can't plan out life. But you can try. Okay. So here's the thing. As a critic myself, of all things, this album was for the critics, whereas every other album was for myself. And even though that sounds kind of cringy, I think that that's okay. Because people talk about chronic over-explainers, but the thing about it is that if you feel like you want to explain yourself over and over and over again, you have the right to do that until you feel like you've been seen. Because the way I see it is that the best gift someone can give you in your intimate circle is just to bear witness to your journey and your life. And I think if your life is public and you're a sensitive writer, addict of all myriads of things, you want to explain yourself. And there's something else I want to mention as a chronic over-explainer to some women out there. If you feel that you haven't been understood right and you get angry, there's always a place for a woman to get angry. Because if you don't, you just go right into grief. That's the way I see it anyways. And it's awkward to be furious, but there is space to be furious. And of course, in my album, I'm not so much angry as I am explaining, except in Dealer, where I am furious. But I just want to say, it's okay to go out on a limb and look ridiculous just because you are angry. It's always worth it. Even if you feel like you're wrong, you're right. Because if it's right for you to say certain things, then that's just the way it is. And that translates way beyond being a singer. That just goes for being a regular person, because people can be really tough on you to the point where you just think, well, why am I doing it? And the truth is, I have a lot of other things I love to do and I'm gonna do. And I don't intend on letting anyone's opinion spoiling that. One of the things I always thought was really interesting was I always felt like the least controversial person, like in turtlenecks and all that, and yet somehow everything just seems so complicated. But what I've learned is that whether you're a singer or you're working in a flower shop or whatever it may be, we all have our own life path, and we can all see our own patterns come up over and over and over again. And, only you know what your pattern is. And I tried in my album to kind of explain what my patterns have been and where they've come from. And I haven't so much explained where I want to go because I'm not sure if I can get there yet. But what I've learned is that when you follow your own life's path, you heal up to 7 generations forward. And in mentioning that, I wanted to say that to you all, as my vast employer, you are my employer, I want to thank you. Because we've already given $300,000 to the Navajo Nation. And we do have $700,000 yet to spread around, which I intend to supervise personally, because I want to make sure,